Hello again, everybody. My name is Dale DuFay. We're going to pan over here and take a look at my ugly puss. And then over there and see Mary. A lot better sight to see there. It looks like you're dressed for warm weather today.
Yep, it's already warm.
I know, it's like super hot today. Super hot. But anyway, we're here waiting for a delivery of cement. We got 110 bags coming. Supposed to be here this morning. But yesterday we finished that mortar work we were talking about in the previous video. We got all the foundation block filled, as you can see there. And any tuck pointing on the exterior, you can see. Remember I pointed out this joint here, how it will fill when this hole is filled here, down 24 inches. So we just tuck pointed as well and get the block all ready. Like we were talking about, that's actually stronger than a concrete pour because of the block and then the cavities being filled with high grade mortar. So we got that all finished up. And then because of the humidity and everything, and the moisture underneath the concrete that is now trapped, it has nowhere to go. So that's what's really unique about concrete. As you can see, it starts coming up on the surface of the hardened concrete. Look at under here, under the steps, all that moisture. A lot of it's from the humidity and condensation from the humidity, but some of it is coming up from underneath, even through the hard concrete. You can see here, this area had extensive roof leaking for who knows how long. And so that's why this area, the moisture's actually coming up through the side there. So that's amazing. It is trapping it, though, believe me. But the surface, yeah, let's see how that turned out. Oh yeah, look at that complete repair. Remember that was a big gaping hole there. Now it is filled with high-grade mortar. Underneath it's filled. Now the surface is better than the surrounding area. It's more durable and stronger than the remaining block. We didn't fill, of course, these blocks because the wood is on top. We'd have to remove that board, which would be pretty risky because you have to remove this ledger as well, which is supporting the entire wall. And we got away with it on the south end there because there was nothing supporting it in the first place because of the rot. So we, were able to remove that. We do know there's a lot of weight on this wall, no doubt. So we can't really do it unless the landlord may want us to do it. Once he sees what we did on the south wall, he may want us to remove this board, which we could do. We'd have to cut it across here, along here. We'd have to cut it, but then it would expose all the block, all the cavities in the block that were never filled. So it's quite possible the landlord might want us to do that, at least in this original part for sure. Over here in this part, it'd be a little more difficult because somebody put all those blocks in, those 6x6 blocks, and they did that because the floor joists were rotten, and they did that to replace the support because the joists were supporting the wall along with that outer ledger, but they lost this joist support because they were rotting. So somebody put all those blocks in to help support the wall. And they did that a real great job. And to think they did that while working underneath that tight crawl space. But they did it. And then if we did want to expose the block there, we would have to remove, the cinder block, expose the cavities. We'd have to remove all those wooden blocks. So it'd be a lot more involved. But it's quite possible the landlord might want us to do that once he sees what we're doing there. Once he sees what we're doing on the south wall there. It's quite possible. So, personally, I would, because it's so, like I said, it's 10 times better and slightly better than a totally poured concrete wall. So it would be a good idea to do the whole thing, but that's not our choice. And I'm not going to offer it to him unless he comes by and sees what we're doing and wants it done. I got a feeling he will. But the more work, that's added, the longer it's going to take us to get this job done. And that's not, I really don't care myself. The longer this job takes, the longer it'll be before we have to move here. And I hate moving, so that's what that's all about. So Mary, is there anything you want to add before we end this video?
Just want to say I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July weekend and stay safe.
All right, sound wisdom, my friend. So with that, we thank you for watching, and we'll talk at you later. All right, we just got the concrete delivered. But that truck is amazing. The thing actually, the cab actually detaches from the trailer, in the back of the cab, right next to the hitch is the forklift. So the cab acts as the forklift. And they were able to get it all back here into our garage. It's a relatively long driveway, but a very easy delivery. He was able to get it right into our garage. And that's just a little over half of it there. Here's 2 pallets. All of this is going to do the south end of the house over there. As you can see, get a better outside view of what we're doing inside. You eliminate that porch in the back and the one in the front. That's basically the house where the crawl space is, where you see the shingles. So it's not near as big as the area we just finished here, where the 2 stories is. So we made sure we got plenty of concrete, because we did get 120 bags last time, and it wasn't enough. We had to get several more. I think it amounted to 140. So I made sure we had plenty this time and got 110 bags, plus we have 2. And then another bag of precious Portland cement, along with another full bag here of Portland. This stuff is it's the main ingredient in concrete. It's what makes concrete what it is. And here's a little bit in this bag. We treat it preciously. It's like $15 a bag, like that mortar there's $10 a bag. But again, for what it's doing, it's like really very, very, very cheap. And it's just the labor that's really involved. But here we are. We're going to open this all up. Mary's in the house getting that all prepped up. And we're going to open up this wrapping. And we're just debating whether to do it today at this time. We might have to come back later, because it is excessively hot here today. There's actually heat warnings and all kinds of things here today in Southwest Michigan. It's 9 o'clock, and it's already, I'm dripping right now as I speak. Just like our concrete floor inside. That is amazing how much moisture's on that concrete floor on this side of the house. Let's take a peek through the screen here. See that water puddling in there? Isn't that crazy? This window doesn't have a screen in it. You can see all the moisture. I mean, it show up too much on the camera, but there's a low spot. It's all traveling to the low spots. I got a couple fans blowing on it, but it's just amazing how moisture laden it is. It's all still coming out of the concrete. Isn't that amazing? Water is just an amazing thing when you think about it. What it can do, like seep through hardened concrete. Think about that. We're going to use these double 2x12s here to suspend support off the ground. Right now we got a sawhorse holding up the furnace. We're going to use those 2x12s to span from point A to point B over there, and then underneath the furnace to hold it up off the ground while we do the concrete work. Because right now that's the only thing on the ground besides that drain pipe that pushes up anyway. It just slipped down from everything being cut off of it. So, and it wasn't fastened anywhere whatsoever. So there's only like a few inches sticking out of the roof right now. But we're gonna have to raise that up and fasten it somewhere off the ground, so the ground can be free and clear of everything while we pour that cement we just got. Yay. Mary's so excited she can't even she's beside herself.
I'm waiting to get to work.
I know, I'm not. But yeah, it's gonna be hard work. We're gonna try and tough it out in this weather, and we do as much as we can. We're gonna get this, we call this quarter here the complicated area. So we always like to get the hardest thing done first. So we consider this area the hardest because of the furnace and whatnot. So we get this area done first. And then we're not going to really make any plans because that never works. We just kind of go and let it go as it, you know, go with the flow like we did over there. And it all came out just fine. So we're going to start in over here. I just wanted to chime in this video with the cement showing up. It's too bad I didn't do it while the driver was here. He's a real nice guy. He's come here a few times, or a couple times now. So I'm sure we'll see him many more times in the future. So we're gonna leave it there. We'll talk at you later. Love you.